Is ready to depart. Make sure everyone please stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Please supervise little ones to make sure they're seated away from train openings on a bench or lap of an adult. On the way back to Main Street, we're going past the Grand Canyon and back in time to the primeval world. If you take pictures in the diorama, please make sure your flash is turned off. And also please take this time right now to turn off any lights, toys, ears, bright phone screens, anything that lights up or glows between here and Main Street. Thank you. If you can't find the off switch, please keep it down below the seat where we cannot see it.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our
Once again,
journey
please,
will take us from the
you can help your children turn off any lighted toys at this time. Thank you.
Nature's own design, the Grand Canyon.
No luces, por favor.
Stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con planos.
to Main Street Station.
Alright guys, this is our end of our Grand Circle trip back to Main Street. Please continue to remain seated while the train is in motion to our engine there. Also keep in mind this is a one station with no ramps. And always steps. Please stay seated and we are almost
We hope you enjoyed your travels with us. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the way. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station.
We are now approaching Orleans Square Station. It's going to be responsible for Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones, Great Sugar Mountain Railroad, Mountain of the Blue, and Forward. You'll be leaving the train tonight. Please remain seated in face up to a full and stop inside of it. Thank you.
This is New Orleans Square Station. New Orleans Square.
See you around. Okay.
Well, aboard the Disneyland Railroad, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. And parents, please rest your children. Make sure that they are completely seated. You learn a lot more about the way of the train. Our next stop is Tomorrowland-through.
For those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. We're now entering Splash Mountain, rumored to be the location of the one and only Laughing Place. If you look real hard, this might find it. It's where the critters are celebrating the Dog Day. Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch.
Well, I don't know whether it's going to be good news or bad news, but looks like we're going to be parks back to Toontown right underneath the fireworks during the big finale.
As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, past Altos to these parts, we're now joining up with the Rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. Sharing his story. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it takes to take a mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams and the stories that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, right here, mysterious spirits who grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here,
Our next stop is Orleans Station.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto its a small world just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future.
We are now approaching Tomorrowland-through. Passengers stop at station Star Tours, Autopia, the monorail, and like your astroblasters, bicycles, submarines, and more. And hopefully within your space, your aim to the train has to a full and complete stop inside of the station. Inside of the station. We are not yet inside of the station. Please just remain seated with the motion and just wait. This is not please just remain seated. That's stop, please just remain seated. As we continue to pull into Main Street Station, please keep in mind that Main Street does not have any ramps or elevators. So if you're traveling with a stroller or wheelchair, please make sure to visit the stroller surface for bottom of the station. And please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside of the station. Thank you. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full stop.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing to with us,
oh, really? But we got to see the fireworks because the fireworks were going off as we were up there.
Oh, nice. Well, and Splash Mountain because of the drop is our fastest right now.
Is it? Oh, okay.
The drop takes you about 45 miles per hour.
We had a similar thing the other night on Thunder Mountain. We'd come out and there would be a bunch of fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
for those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontiers that looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman sharing his story with those in the great river valley below.
When you can hear the whistle going, you know there's no air going through it.
People like you have been riding these trails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
We are now steaming our way into the Toontown depot. This needs to reach near to the train makes way forward. Stop. After these round all these with Spanish flags and the traffic like it's small world, not over consequence. We are hand point to join your adventures. This is how called right. You guys are Syracuse and Rosary Journey. Kitty Fishing Air Circus Train, Double the Flying Elephant, Storybook Sound, Alice in Wonderland, and the Magic Party Success. This also your stop with the next showing of Main Street Electrical Parade. And just begin at 10:45 over in Town Square, ending over nearby in the small world. As always, we remain seated to the train makes way pulling the river down. Welcome to the Toontown Depot, your gateway for Fantasyland.
Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is Toontown Depot, Mickey's Toontown.
They really should shut off. They really should shut off the soundtrack.
When they're speaking, yeah. That makes sense, you know?
Y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket.
Before we get back to Main Street, we're going to be making a slight detour through the Grand Canyon and the Primeval World. Feel free to take as many photos and videos as you like. We just kindly ask no flash photography or video lighting the tunnels ahead. Also, if you do have anything that lights up, flashes, or glows, please turn it off.
Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography. And make a trip back in time to the primeval world and age of the dinosaurs before returning to